Luminaires, how is everybody doing today? Today we're going to be doing a trance channel and talking about the energy update for July 2022. Take a deep breath. That's what I've been telling myself. I'm actually a little nervous today. My name is Jamie Butler. If you are new to the channel, I am a medium and a trance channel for over 30 years. I work globally. I've helped author books, written my own, but my passion is teaching and helping those normalize the woo-woo in this world, because I believe it's something that we all have, and it's time for us to really honor it. With me today, I have Colleen Ziegler.
Hi, everyone.
There she is. And while I'm talking, I would love to know if you could hear us okay today. Please type Y into the chat thread for me and type C into the chat thread for Colleen, if you can hear Colleen's voice.
That's a new one.
Is it? Okay. Just seeing if they're listening. Oh, gosh. See? Like, thank you, Shannon. Oh, goodness. So today, when I say we, I won't really be that involved, but my guide Maitland is going to come in and talk to you about the energy of July. So listen, let me tell you a little bit about her. She is young, she's silly, she's funny, and she talks about big topics. And if you don't like that kind of youthful aspect with a little bit of humor attached to it, and you just want your information plain and straight out, maybe I won't say that, but just straight out, this might not be the channel for you. So that goofiness that Maitland does, I know she does it to disarm us, because there's a lot of stuff happening, especially in July, as I've been learning. Oh, good morning from Oregon. I love hearing all of you guys. Thank you. And she's going to talk about the 3 chakras that are going to be needed, challenged, and supported. She'll pair those with crystals that you can use in grids for the month to help you process the energy that's going to be occurring. And she'll also talk about aromatherapy. So if you are sensitive and you want a certain scent and a vibration around you, be it in a room spray or whatever, she's got it for you, and she's paired all those frequencies to July 2022. I will say, if you want a transcript of what goes down today, head to my website. Make sure you're signed up to my newsletter, jamiebutlermedium.com. Comes out once a month, and it just has all the happenings and what's going on. And on the top of that newsletter, there will be the link to download the transcript. So you have it in writing, if that's helpful for you. And Maitland will be teaching an additional class for the YouTube members that is based on the crystals for July 2022, which I already know what they are because they're in front of me. Pink kunzite, citrine, and aqua aura quartz. There they are. I'm going to check out, guys. Do I need to say anything else before I leave?
Yep, I think that's
I got it good. All right. Have a good time, guys. Since you're here, whether you're watching live or in a recording, if you're a sensitive person and you are focused in on the content and you're watching me trance channel, you might feel it in your own body. So just take a nice deep breath, enjoy it. If it's too much for you, just eat a little something while you're listening to the message. Hot tea, coffee, a nibble of chocolate. It's really good for you in this case. Take care, Luminaires. It's so quiet. Hi, Luminaires.
Hi, Maitland.
Oh, it's got all scratchy. I try not to put my energy into it so it doesn't mess it up. Hi, Luminaires. Hi, Colleen.
Hi.
My name is Maitland, Maitland, and I'm going to talk to you about July's energy for 2022. when I was coming in, I was telling Jamie, you have to relax. You have to relax. She was like holding on to her body. And I was like, this is not going to work.
We
But-
were both super nervous before you came in today for some reason.
Well, I don't know why.
Okay.
It's just me. And let's just talk about it. Because I think maybe there's a big difference between June and July. When, if you were watching before, June was more of a take a breath. It was a more of a internal slowdown where you felt like you could almost pull away or step back and you could look at the things that you love. There was like the middle part of June that was very sweet about all of that. And that bleeds into like the first 2 weeks of July. It's still a more slower approach, and it has more of that caring, loving, soft energy. And for the first 2 weeks, if you like the planets in astrology, all of the planets are in the sign that rules them. So it's like they're wearing their best clothes and they're feeling their best. So their energy is very strong that they're pushing out. Which what that means is you're going to be feeling that if you're sensitive, and you will feel like you are very strong and you're exactly who you are. So this might show up very differently with you. It's just depending where your deficits are. Some people are already good at really speaking up and speaking out about their opinion or what they want or what they need, and some people aren't. So those of you who are not, you might find that in the first 2 weeks you feel more inclined to speak about who you are and what you need. And it's in a very calm, directed way. There's not a lot of upheaval for the first 2 weeks, but I will say I I I would call June a nickname of love your neutral. It's going to be a testament of you in finding your neutral, because it's a nice yin yang month. At the beginning, it's very feminine. At the end, it's very masculine. At the beginning, it's yin, then it's yang, then it's Ida and Pingala, and it's all the differences. It's night, and then it's day. Negative current of energy, positive current of energy. And so it's giving you an example to reside in the neutral energy of your body, which is like the grounding if you're thinking about electrical currency, and enjoying being neutral inside the negative quality of energy in the first half, and being neutral in the positive current of energy in the second half of July. When I was telling Jamie about July, I don't know the name of it, but there's an exercise that used to be popular, but I know I'm from a different time frame. It was a big spring and it had handles on it, and you would pull the handles apart and the spring would get really big and be very hard, and then it would bounce back together like this. I don't know the name of it, but that's like June or July. So it can go really, really far into like the positive current of energy, and it can shrink and go into the negative current of energy. Positive and negative in these terms do not mean good and bad. If you are thinking that way, slow down and take the judgment definition off of those words. I'm using them to describe the quality of the energy, not the judgment of it. So it's going to be up to you to rest kind of in the middle, in the neutral space of what July is going to do. So for like up until the 12th of July, it's kind of sweet like this, a little bit more calm. Like I mentioned, the negative energy, meaning more feminine, caring. It's a really great time coming into the 12th through the like the 19th and the 20th that week to start really advocating for yourself and speaking up for what you want to put out into the world, because the energy that's going to be pouring into the earth as some of the planets come out of their ruling signs, it's going to give you an opportunity to use that shift of energy to like make progress or gain from you speaking up about what you would like to do. So, all those months that you've been thinking and wondering, this is where I want to go, these are my decisions, this is what I want to manifest. Now you have this window to really speak about it and stand up in it and feel good connecting to it, and then watch the rewards come in afterwards. So I would say between the 12th and the 20th, not to be so quiet about what your goals are and your aspirations, to definitely talk about them. And and if you're somebody who has a difficult time with asking for help, this would be a great week just to look around and say, you know what, I need help. And with saying that you need help at this time, the energy will show up. People or communities. I see so many pictures in my head, I don't know what to think or what to say. It could be financial help, physical help, emotional help, mental help, collaboration, anything. But just please be bold enough to say, yeah, I can't do this alone. I would like to ask for help and bring people in, because it would be super nice. And then, kind of in that week as well, there's going to be, like I mentioned, that shift where some of the energies come out of their ruling signs, and it's like this swirl. And, I think everything good comes from being swirled or with a spiral. Like when you mix your food or mix your drinks, or you put chocolate and milk, you have to mix it and then it just gets really good. So the energy that's swirling around the whole earth, kind of in that time frame, is going to enhance, like a megaphone. Like if you could put a megaphone to your mental body, and whatever your mental body, like its foundation, how it thinks and where it comes from, that's going to be enhanced. So if you're a person that operates out of worry, concern, anxiety, then that's going to get a little bigger. Boop, it's going to be amplified. If you're a person that operates with glass half full, everything will be fine, I'm in acceptance, I operate out of gratitude first, then that's going to be amplified. Poof. So I want you to decide, where are you going to be with your mental body during this time? It's going to be very important for you to know that. I think you can already guess where you might want to be if you're somewhere where you don't want to be right now. And to make that mental shift, I would say it is a good time to create a playlist of all the songs that make you feel like this. That's my happy dance. And you want to feel like that. And when you're not feeling like that, you play your playlist, you play the songs. Music is so incredible. Sound healing, vibration and frequency healing, that's everything that you're made from. So it goes right to the deepest parts of you, and you can really vibrate some of those stuck particles, thoughts, emotions, and change them. So do yourself a favor, go ahead and make your playlist now so that you could use it in the time between like the 12th and the 20th, because there'll be this amplification of energy, which is the same kind of energy that I want you to use by speaking up about what you want, especially if you need help or if you want to reach a certain goal or launch something new. This is where I want you to put it. Um, you'll have a good time with that. And then after that, kind of like the starting around the 17th, maybe 17th, 18th, 19th, kind of through it, that's when it starts to stretch into more of a positive, overloaded, overwhelmed, a little bit more aggressive energy comes into July. And it might feel like, if you're very sensitive and like to loud sounds, to smells, to taste, like if you're already there, the energy that rolls in might have that reaction with you. So if you want to do a staycation or be like a turtle and just crawl into your shell and just make yourself a drink and have a good time. You go for it. But some of you who aren't sensitive like that, but you're hyper aware, it's almost like you'll feel like you want to be called out. Remember how I said that you're going to see things that you've never seen before? I'm certain that you know which one I was talking about in June. With the government and some of the rulings. So, oh, we're still in June. So
It's not quite over yet.
it's not over yet. You get a little bit of a break in like the first 12 days, and then this is going to come back. And it's like coming back in a strange way. It's like, remember when we went through that chaos together? Well, about 60% of it was a lie, and now I'm going to tell you the truth. And you're like, what? Shocked. It's like watching the chaos or the accident happen all over again, but with greater detail. And it can come with great disappointment. It can come with anger. It can come with that feeling like I feel violated, I feel mistreated, and I don't like it. Now, you got a choice. You can come to the table with these emotions and say, I'm going to be the change I want to see in the world, and I'm going to hold it together and learn how to love my neutral in the midst of all this positive current of energy, which can be kind of aggressive. Or you can enjoy the aggressiveness and dive into it. You can be a part of the chaos. So decide just every waking action that you're doing, make sure that it is supporting who you are and what you're doing. Because you might see a lot of violence out in social media, some more changes in with world leaders and governments, all of that coming forward. And I will say, if you're already on that, I am calm and I'm within my body, I'm within my neutral, and I can experience this chaos without being evoked to mingle with it. Like I can watch the swirling of that energy, which is all about change. Like everything, whether you want to call it good or bad, is purposeful. And so it's all happening to create a different outcome. So I'm hoping that you don't alienate yourself from that which you do not like, but be able to stay present for that which you do not like and give it your attention. And the kind of attention that I'm asking for at the towards the end, especially like the last week and coming into August, is going to be the vote for humanity, the keeping your eye on the care and the love for people and for life. So everything that has life, animals, insects, trees, plants, the earth is alive. So what can you do to honor and protect life? Because if you can make that choice during the chaos that's going to be around, you're going to find yourself on that high frequency vibration and much further away than the 3D. This is like one, I want to say one of the final tantrums of 3D, but there's many of them. So I don't want you to assume that there's just a few. But I think what I could say is this is the beginning of watching smooth parts come and then clusters of chaos and then longer smooth parts and then a cluster of chaos. Like you're going to see that there is a larger rhythm happening here, and it's doing this so that they can the energy on the earth can flush out the denser 3D energy, old indoctrinated, we've gone through the definition of it. Like, I got to do this routine. I've got to stick to this. I got to feed the society, not prioritize myself. I've got to do this. When we go to 5D, it's about self-priority coming from the heart, which the heart chakra is the chakra that's going to be needed the most for July. And because you're going to need to communicate during July, And whether that's speaking up for yourself and asking for your goals, or staying centered, which is going to be from your heart and moving from that place, watching chaos, you're going to want to speak up, whether it's to calm yourself or to speak to someone else about it or to speak loudly about where you are. Communication needs to come from the heart. It's very, very important. So that's a very big practice in July. And I was getting off topic. So I forgot what I was saying. It all blends together. The swirl, the tantrums, smooth tantrum, smooth tantrum. So this is shaking out and reducing the lower frequency of the energies. And if you are already vibrating at a higher frequency and not really resonating with that old paradigm of, indoctrinated belief systems, then you're going to find that you can rise above the chaos and watch it almost like a movie. But you're also going to find that during this time, as the swirling of energy is happening from July 19th on to like the first week of August, is that your ability to connect to linear time becomes awkward. I don't think difficult is the word for it, but awkward is the word for it, because you'll have moments where you are absolutely tuned in and can achieve so much in just 15 minutes. And then maybe the next day or in that evening, it takes you 15 minutes just to walk to your kitchen and you can't understand. Because of your high frequency, that linear time that you're used to relying on, it's going to do those calm, chaos patterns, and you're going to feel a little bit more fluid. If that's bothersome and worrisome to you, then I suggest you keep a good journal about what you want to achieve and what you want to do. I like the bullet journaling things, but if it's not bothersome, then you just stay with it. Just be you in any present moment. And you might notice that your memories, when you're recalling memories or you're sifting through memories, they might feel thicker. So, like if you are thinking of a memory, most of the time the energy just goes right through your head. This is the memory. And then it goes out. And you're like, that's so sweet. I was just thinking about it. Now, as a high frequency being, come middle of July, some of you might already be doing this. You start thinking about your memory, and here it comes, but it washes over your entire body. And not only are you thinking it, you're feeling it. It's like you're reliving it. Your heart rate changes, your breath rate changes, and you get confused about where you are. Wait, where am I? Am I at home? Am I at the office? Am I at the park? Because you're so wrapped up in the memory, you are there in the memory. And then when you move it away from you, it's not so easy to separate yourself from it. It's like, I feel like I was just there. And I don't think that's possible, but I feel like I was there. And so you'll have a new dialogue with yourself about how to manage your memories. It's because when you're high frequency, when you're accessing different dimensional planes, which come with different characteristics. And some of the characteristics that we have is when you think about a memory, you actually relive it. So there's that. Let's talk about the heart chakras, or the chakras that are needed, challenged, and supported, because it's the heart chakra that's going to be needed. And it's needed because you need some really good communication. And I want the communication to come from your heart. And I chose pink kunzite. Isn't it pretty? Pink kunzite it's a joyful stone. It's a sweet stone. It really helps in communication too. It helps eliminate any kind of like anxieties, and it brings a calmness and a peace forward. So these are going to be very nice. I highly suggest carrying it. I would grid your bed with it. And if you can't get your hands on some pink kunzite, I would get a ton of rose quartz. I would just put it everywhere. If you could, I would just pour it on the ground and it would be the path that you walk upon every day. That's how much that I want you to be around pink energy, pink clothes, pink light, anything, just anything pink. But I like the pink kunzite a lot. And the chakra that's going to be challenged the most is going to be the solar plexus. It's going to be challenged the most because your identity, how you describe yourself, it's going to get extreme pressure this month. The extreme pressure from the feminine negative current and extreme pressure from the positive masculine current of energy, like sun energy, moon energy, like equally as strong, not at the same time, but I don't want you to chameleon yourself and change who you are because of how the energy shifts in your environment. I want you to stay you, and that's why the solar plexus is going to be challenged so much. And I chose citrine. Citrine is also a very joyful stone. People like it because it kind of represents wealth, but I like it because it helps you manifest your or increase your manifestation skills and put power behind your manifestation skills. And there's a good week in July that is such a good time to like give birth to all of that. And it's also when the moon is full. And when the moon is full this month, it's going to be a motherly moon that is like pointing at you going, okay, you need to set your childish ways aside. It's time to be an adult. And it's time, with a smile on her face, to create some positive action moves. And it's an optimistic stone. And that would be really great for you guys to stay extremely optimistic and neutral, because then all the shifting that 3D is making is not going to bruise or touch you. And you can continue your spiritual journey while still participating and not feeling like you need to run. But if you do feel like you need to run and hide and be a turtle, do that for yourself. Just have some citrine. I suggest gridding your bed with it as well, as long as blah, blah, blah. Gridding your bed with it as well with the pink kunzite. So that's citrine, manifester. So we have needed, challenged. So which is the one that's supported? Ping, ping. You're like, really? The third eye? After everything that you said, all the stretching and the closing, doesn't seem like the third eye would be so supported, but it is. And I thought that I would pick a stone that is man-made. We did lemon quartz, I think, last month. That's man-made too. This one is baked with metals. It's a clear quartz baked with either gold, silver, or platinum, and sometimes all three. That gives it this really pretty blue, glowy, shimmery color. And this is aqua aura. It's almost spelled the same, aqua and aura. Aqua aura quartz. And so it's all baked and it's got this shimmery look to it. But this is so nice for your third eye. It really helps connect you to your divine energy. It kind of puts you on the path and just says, remember, this is why you're here. Remember, this is what you're looking for. And it'll just gently highlight things in your life, like an awareness to it, almost a soft awareness. Is not aggressive. It's a soft awareness of, oh, I feel comfortable here and this is what I like. And your mental body will go, oh, let me be aware of that. And your heart will go, yes, this is where I belong. So that's very, very nice. It also helps you align yourself with peace, and it helps you stay out of the fear, anxiety reaction, and have your reaction be more in alignment with that divine light or spirit guidance, which is that whole bit that I was saying. I want you to stay in alignment with your neutral for this month. So this one will help with that quite a bit. And then your aromatherapy, if you're using your nose to help you heal and stay on track, there's a few ingredients. The first one, I would use sweet orange, 5 drops of sweet orange. The second one is clove. Clove is very grounding. I would use 4 drops, but if you're sensitive to clove, you can use 2. Up to 4 though. And then the third ingredient is 3 drops of lemon. That's another citrus because I need the joy to stay in this month. And then the fourth ingredient, I would say 2 drops of cedar wood. And this blend, the sweet orange, clove, lemon, cedar wood, is really there to help uplift your mood, but not unroot you and let you fly away. That's what the clove and the cedar wood is for. It's this, I'm going to hold your feet while your energy soars. And so it's really great. You can do it while you're sleeping at night, or you can just put it in on a diffuser in your office, or you can even make your own room spray and spritz it. But I would use that one for the month to keep your spirits up. And again, for the bed grid, I would use the pink kunzite. And if you don't have that, I would use rose quartz. I would pair that with the citrine. If you don't have citrine, I think my runner-up would be tiger's eye. I think, yeah. Okay, and then I would put that with black tourmaline for protection and selenite. And then for the aqua aura, I would carry it. I would have it with me. I'd put it in my pocket, I'd put it in my purse, I would just carry it with me. And you can get it in jewelry and you can wear it in jewelry. It's very pretty to look at. But that would be my gridding. And then one last thing before I ask if anybody has questions about what I've been saying is when we come to the end of July, there is some energy that's coming to the earth that really hasn't been seen for a while, like over 200 years. And it's a little aggressive. And it could really mess with those who want to stay in power and encourage them to act out and just be, I don't even want to say be like a baby because I like babies. But
Immature?
Yeah, okay. Immature, disrespectful, and with a serpent's tongue. They'll lie about things. They'll have 2 tongues, and it's split. It's not telling the truth. So really rely on your natural abilities of tapping in to connect to how do you feel? How are you feeling? And if you're feeling okay, you are okay. If you're feeling happy and good and safe, but chaos is 5 feet away from you, you're okay. Because time and space isn't operating like it used to. It used to be in the past. If chaos was 5 feet away from you, you were in it. I don't care if you liked it or you didn't. You were in it. But the teachings and the belief systems are melting and changing. So you could actually be standing in the middle of it and not a part of it at all. So I just want you to understand that some of that is coming through and you don't have to think about it in the old ways that you might be used to. Like there was a trickle of this energy that came through with the whole chaos of your President John F. Kennedy Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And with all of that, with the goodness trying to rise up, and there was a sliver of it that came through shortly after. Gandhi, Martin Luther King, just people that are making changes. And so I want to mention.
When you talk about the aggressive energy that hasn't that the Earth hasn't seen in 200 years. Where's the origin? Where's it coming from?
It's hard to say about energy where it comes from
Mhm.
because it's not linear.
I hear you.
But you know that swirling energy that I was talking about? And we're always in a swirl. Your universe, rotates like this. It's in a swirl. And sometimes when planets align and certain galaxies and systems are in the same place as it was 200 years ago, it's like we're in that part of the swirl that has that aggression feel. So that's the best way I can explain it. I can't point to it and go, there it is on the timeline and here it comes. But if you move the pieces of planets and stars and other galaxies together, the type of energy it feeds us in this direction, it happened like that over 200 years ago.
Marta is asking, what's the purpose of that energy?
To create change so that we can get out from where we are. But a lot of people don't like change because it can be very violent. Verbally, emotionally, mentally, physically, and they don't like that. They just want to stay away from that because those are their values. But we as spiritual people must practice the giving respect to all that is, because all that is imperfection.
We have another question. Are they on soul contracts to do this to us, for us to collectively evolve?
Yes, this is true. That's a good question. I like this part afterwards where we get to communicate. That's what makes our gathering special too, is that we talk about what this is.
And Shelley Ham is asking, Maitland, is that swirl of energy the reason for all the upheaval going on now?
It is, yes.
Like the beginning of it?
No, you're not at the beginning of it. I wouldn't say anymore. I mean, you're about 2 years into it, 2.5 years. But at the end of July, you're going to hear a lot about the exposure and what really went down and the truth of the matter from like what happened like 2 years ago or last year.
So COVID information.
And political information. And as far as economy with money, it's going to be very shaky. I wouldn't be overly concerned and worried because there is enough. There's abundance everywhere. Like there's enough. But I would still look at focusing on investing in things that are tangible, like properties and gold and silvers, things of that nature. And this is going to be a long term investment, but I would wait investing in properties until about like 3 more months because there is going to be a drop in that. But then, of course, your interest rates are going to be much higher. So I think financially it'll come out kind of the same, but prices will go down a little bit. And then we just have to wait for the whole economic body of energy to balance out so then that the interest rates will come back down. That's going to be happening like end of August, October, that kind of stretch.
Tiffany is asking, will the CERN on July 5th affect our energy? CERN. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing if it's Kern or CERN.
CERN.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it will. It will affect our energy because you're sensitive beings and you're made from energy. So yes, it's going to affect. But is it going to be dramatic? No. Most of you won't even acknowledge it. So.
And Sarah is asking, how long is the aggressive energy going to be around?
It gets a little thick right at the end of July, the beginning of August. And again, it's like a bundle of chaos and aggression, and then it'll smooth out. So we'll have some smooth parts in August, So you can reprieve, catch your breath, and be like, can you believe that happened? This is so weird. Like, what year do we live in? This is really crazy. I don't know if I even want to be in this country anymore. Like, you're having that kind of conversation. But
That's already happening now.
you're in the right place. So it's okay. Just take a deep breath. It's pretty interesting. When you have change happening in your life, you can talk to yourself about it and be okay with those shifts. But then all of a sudden, when you have to teach somebody else that's known you for a really long time the changes that you're making, they're going to look at you like you're crazy. So that's what's happening with your government. It's shifting just like you are, but you're used to it behaving in a certain way, and now it's behaving in a way you can't even identify. And it's doing that so that it can get to a place where it's going to serve humanity rather than rule it. Big difference.
Thank you so much, Maitland.
You're welcome.
Do you have anything else to add?
Are there any more questions?
I don't have any more questions for you.
I really love being here, and I super appreciate it. If you find yourself a little uneasy, I just say check in, be able to identify how you feel. And if you are really looking for that extra beauty or spark in life, start learning about your spirituality and your intuitiveness. Start connecting to your own energetic body. Like learn Reiki or pranic healing. Learn how to develop your intuitive abilities. We're making Jamie create a whole bunch of new series. I'm having fun with it. I think she's finally having fun with it. Where she'll be teaching people how to perceive energy, how to read auras, and what the texture and different meanings of light is. And so that's like a 4-week series, and then a long one, like the one that lasts all year. And so it's kind of like being with her for a full year and learning how to develop your abilities and enjoy them for yourself. And then if you want to make a career out of it, that's when you do the mentorship. So if you're feeling uneasy with the world that's happening, the 3D world that's happening, it's okay to learn a little bit more about your psychic. So I would say that would bring a lot of comfort.
There you go.
I'll see you soon, baboon. Bye, kiss, jellyfish. Come on.
I was hoping we could be on the same wavelength and you could lip sync what I was saying. Bye bye butterfly.
I got a scoop, bandicoot.
Got a job, warthog.
I'll blow you a kiss, jellyfish. Yours
Hasta
is...
mañana, iguana?
Yes.
And to those who don't know this drill, we are weirdos.
It's my favorite thing. I think they're the cutest goodbye sayings of all times. And
they're very sweet. Give a hug, ladybug, says Katie P.
Give a hug, ladybug.
And fly away, butterfly, from Sarah.
Fly away, butterfly. I haven't heard that one. I like these.
Thank you, Maitland.
If you need me, just ask.